Dopest dope I've ever smoked. Hands down, dopest dope I've ever smoked. It's not better than the blue oyster. You can't be. I don't think I can't handle better than this. Is like
14 inches would be a curse.
Yeah, it really would be, dude. It would be fucking just a straight up travesty, man. 14 inches of a dick.
Yeah, I'm genuinely. If you just, I feel like it'd be easier to train an asshole to take 14 than a vagina.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
And if nothing else, just for the fucking ovaries.
There are some of these boys out here with these bussies, and I'm like, you have like a cave. It's no longer an asshole.
I saw a girl's butthole one time that, like, I mean, she was a porn star, so like I knew she took a lot of anal. Genuinely, I feel like it started to look like a vagina. like
morphed.
Well, it wasn't like a starfish. It wasn't like a puckered hole. You know, it looked lippy. Like it looked more like a slit now, like a vagina. Like it got elongated in the middle. Do you know what I'm saying? So it was like an oval. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like a starfish, it was like starfish with a long middle. You know what I mean?
That's so
Or like instead of a circle, is an oval.
Bro, okay. Let's do the intro first and then I'll go into my story.
Okay. Welcome to Smoke With Us. Oh yeah, that's me. I'm Blue.
And I'm Eastwood.
And I still haven't gotten used to our position switch with the buttons. Welcome to our virtual smoke circle. We started this because we thought the world can be lonely for stoners especially, so let's make the world less lonely.
Yeah. And so today we are smoking on some variety strains. So I've never actually heard of this before, and I want to talk to you about that. I think it's a great idea.
It is.
So I bought from somebody who has a variety strain. So instead of, he has like a bunch of strains that he hasn't been able to sell like every last nug to, and he pulls little nugs from here and there and then puts it in one.
Yeah, so if like he's got like a gram left here, 2 grams left here, puts it all together so he can sell a quarter.
Yeah, and like that's what he does with the small batches. And he'll also sell you like the regular shit, like if you don't want a variety.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. That's like me and my brother are looking into going to like reselling cards, like trading cards, like Yu-Gi-Oh or something. And I found a spot that basically will do that. Like they're like, just send us all your like shitty cards that aren't worth that much money, and you send it to us in bulk. So if you have 100 cards, they're worth $1 each. We'll send you $100. And it's like, that kind of what it reminds me of. It's like, you got this shitty card, you got that shitty card, and you're like, let's just put them all together, sell them as a pack.
Yeah, but it's not bad. Like we got some green crack going on, OG Kush, lemon haze, which is what we had last time, I believe. And
no, it was super something. I think
it's super lemon haze.
Yeah, no.
But I think it's like the same.
Also, we forgot to rate that, but I still remember my thoughts, so we can rate it this episode.
So the variety, and then there's literally one nug of a strain called Forbidden Fruit. And
which can't wait to find that one.
No, bitch, that is mine.
I'm just saying in general. I'm not saying I'm looking through it like a fucking guy with like a diamond thing on. Like, yeah, see, I found it. That's the trichomes.
You know what we should do? We should start a weed rating company. I know that's kind of like already something.
Yeah, like a consulting company though, like coming in and be like, this is good shit.
Yeah, dude. And then like basically be like weed critics.
Yeah, I feel like we'd have to get our name out there enough though. So then it's like CBA approved or whatever.
Yeah. What if it became like a federal mandate?
That's us lobbying.
Like, well, we want to do this. Let's just be a part of the agency.
We're just like, here we go, Senator. Here's some money.
Yeah. So this episode is brought to you by easttreecbd.com.
Yep.
Where you can get all your Delta 8 and CBD needs. They're great guys, owned by two of really awesome people. And they know a lot about CBD and Delta 8. So
and their stuff's just constantly getting better. Their people, they want not only of the like Delta 8 or whatever, like their people wants to like really explore CBD as a plant. Like they're trying to make it better. They're trying to give you more of the good things in CBD.
Yeah, and they're expanding, so they're growing, so they're doing really well. So just go in there and say, Smoke With Us sent you. or go to their website and use the code SW10 to get 10% off.
Ooh.
And you remember, guys, it's just 10%.
Hey, God's
just tithe.
Yep, there you go. You got the God's cut now, boys.
You're getting a tithe, dude. We're tithing to you.
Yeah.
We're giving you 10%.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Thank you. You're welcome.
Because you're a loyal fan and listener.
Yeah. So if you want to try Delta 8 or CBD, now's your chance. EastStreetCBD.com. How high are you?
I'm probably at like a 7. I do have like a toothache, so I feel like I'm getting kind of pulled out of it a little bit with that. But it is a lot better since I started chewing this gum. I'm sorry, guys, if you hear little pops. I have a really bad toothache, and I have the gum in still, but it's making my tooth feel way better.
I'm telling you.
So I'm gonna probably have to hear just a couple little extra pops.
Yeah, just don't blow bubbles.
No, I know I'm not gonna blow bubbles.
Yeah. You do though. You need to do that like every day for like a month.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know, we'll wait.
Yeah.
So pause the episode if you want to catch up with us.
Yeah.
We'll see you on the other side. And we're back.
We back.
Just so you guys know, if you guys have toothaches, there's this gum called Pure, and it's made with xylitol, which is supposed to be
P-U-R.
Yeah, PUR, and that's it. It's made with this chemical called xylitol, and it's supposed to help strengthen teeth. And like, there's been bitches that have said, you know, like if they chewed the gum every day for like 10 to 30 minutes and they lost their cavities.
Yeah, like after a month, like not only did the pain subside, when they went back to the dentist, they're like, oh, your cavities are gone.
Yeah.
And so now like some people are doing it every day for like the rest of their lives. That's their plan.
And so I didn't get much sleep last night because I had a fucking toothache. And then I've had it like this evening. And I'm like, you know what? We're fucking doing this shit. And it's been pretty painful. And so, but I'm telling you, man, and it also might be a combination of it just took 1,000 milligrams of Tylenol extra strength.
Hey, man.
Also with weed, but I'm really liking this gum. And it's really making my fucking tooth feel.
I'm telling
really
you,
good.
dude, chew that gum every day for a month. See what happens.
Also, just don't eat sweets, guys. I know it's real hard. But yeah, so 14-inch dicks. We going back. It is a curse, but
what if you had? It's probably honestly, if you had a 14-inch dick, it's probably better for you to kind of have a pencil dick too.
Yeah, but here's the thing: I have seen some people
like a torpedo.
Like some people, like, and this is like, you know, you talk about porn stars. You seen this on a porn star, bitch? I've seen this on a human being. Like not a porn star, just a gay dude who just likes
like
taking dick.
Oh,
no, the hole, the pussy.
Yeah,
dude. So I was hanging out with some friends who were having pizza, and my friend, we'll call him Chicago. So Chicago.
I was thinking Dallas, but go on.
Yeah. So Chicago, he like fucking was like, dude, I gotta show you this dude that hit me up on Grindr. I was like, yes, please show me this dude. And this dude, I kid you not, I want everyone to take their hand and make a C. And then I want you to take your fingers and I want you to connect them with your thumb. Okay. So once you have that, that is the hole that his ass was.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It was
I'm
gaping.
like, you obviously love fisting. Like there, you have to.
Or at least
but like,
big old dildos.
He had to wear like an anal plug because literally he would just like.
He literally had to plug it.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he needs to do Kegels.
So that dude could take a 14-inch dick.
Bring that pussy back. Do Kegels.
I don't know, dude. It might be surgery time, bro.
That's crazy. You actually just have to have an anal plug.
It was so like shocking to me. You know, I'm not trying to shame him, but it was so shocking to me that like it just completely turned me off.
I feel you.
I was just like, that in no way gets my dick hard.
Yeah.
Like one, like I have a very average dick. So for me, it's like, okay, when I have sex with this person, what am I going to do?
You got to like do the helicopter move.
I got to like stick my head in there. Like, God damn. Like, fuck. And I just can't even imagine like eating someone's ass out. That's just this hole.
You have to like look around.
But that's so also kind of gross too.
It's like literally a rim job.
He probably like douches daily.
Hopefully.
You almost have to.
Hopefully.
Bro.
How's he not shit himself? He has to.
Dude, I don't know, man. It's just like something that I just really can't understand. Fisting is one thing.
Yeah, I'm not into it. I don't even like seeing it.
on women either. Like I
That's what
don't
I'm
give a
saying.
fuck. I may be gay as fuck, but I could still recognize like when a woman's beautiful.
Yeah, I don't.
And I wouldn't. That would be so gross.
Yeah, I don't even like seeing it. I mean, if you're,
I'm not kink shaming.
if you're into it, more power to you.
I'm not kink shaming. There are some people into it, and I have a pretty good idea of what it feels like because of people that I listen to on the podcast.
Oh,
so this drag queen named Willem has his own podcast, and he every time he finds out that someone has fisted somebody, he asks them the same question because he takes a poll. He basically asked him like, if you can imagine and pinpoint it to a specific feeling, like what would it be? And so some of them give their answers, and he's like,
taking a giant shit.
No, he's like, it's literally like going into the upside down. I was like, bro, I see it. Like, I get it. I see it. I'm into it.
I mean, I'm not into it.
No.
The Demigorgon's fucking there, bro.
I'm not into it.
They're
either.
spending the whole series to shut that thing down.
Yeah.
Okay, you're the enemy of 11.
Yeah. You know, one thing that just always has shocked me with like the gay community is
how much they're into guys.
No, poppers.
Why does that shock you? It relaxes your asshole. Like as soon as I heard,
but
that,
also intensifies everything.
Oh well, that sounds very
also,
gay to
it's
me.
a drug as fuck. Like it's like literally gets you high.
Yeah. What's surprising about this? Everything you said, I was like, that sounds like gays. That sounds like gays. That sounds like gays.
I don't want to have to rely on something to make me enjoy having sex. And I know it's not like necessarily that they don't enjoy having sex, but like to do that, you have to be like kind of to the point. And I would think that we were like, oh, there's really nothing else for me to like really try. So I guess this is it, you know? And some people might just like the feeling. It might have been like a casual. I got offered one time and I was like, no, I'm good. But it just amazes me that poppers are legal.
That's shocking,
and
honestly.
Weed is not.
Well, it's just shocking poppers are legal because you can die.
It's a drug. It's literally a drug.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Like no matter what the bottle looks like, little fucking
looks like a 5-hour energy.
It does, dude.
Do you just have it forever? Like I don't really understand. Like what? You running out of poppers because you don't drink them, you just sniff them. Yeah,
but it's a liquid though, and it will shrink over time. But it's like a long time.
That like blows my mind. Why is it shrinking? Long time?
Because they're sniffing liquid into it's like a spray kind of thing. Like
Are you sure? I thought it was just the scent.
No, it's like a liquid thing.
Oh, you get the liquid?
Yeah, it's not just a scent.
Then never mind. Never mind.
Like
I understand it now. Yeah. Okay, I understand now. I thought it was just the fumes. I thought it was like crazy paint.
No.
You know what I mean? Like paint to 12. Like
yeah, and I mean
12.
I mean I might be wrong, but I don't think I am. But I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was like huffing. Essentially.
Yeah. We'll look it up and we'll talk about it later.
Its own like a concoction.
But still, whether you huff it or you spray it, it's like it's still a fucking drug.
Yeah. I mean this may come as a shock to you, but the gays love drugs.
No, I know that. I do too. I love marijuana. And that's considered one of the meanest drugs.
I mean, like, gays love lots of drugs. It's like,
yeah, no, it's very true.
like you haven't been watching the gay media I've been watching with you.
No, here's the thing though, too. I am just like such a suburban gay. It's ridiculous. Like I'm not a city gay. Like there are differences.
Yeah.
There are suburban, there are country, and there are city gays.
Yeah.
I am a suburban gay. I was not exposed to the gay culture like a lot of people were, and it kind of sucks in a way, but also it's kind of awesome because I'm getting to like live it now. Yeah,
but do you think that's a exposure thing?
I just wasn't around people that were like me.
That's why you're a suburban gay?
No, but that's why I think I have a lack of exposure. It's because I didn't have people like showing me Paris is Burning and like talking to me about queer culture and stuff like that.
Yeah, but
it's not a bad thing though.
Sometimes how you talk about the gay community, I feel like you had less exposure to the gay community than I've had. Like, there's times I'm like, you didn't know that?
I think for me, it was because I was kind of like ashamed because I came from a religious background. So
you like actively avoided it all?
Yeah. So like I just didn't look at it. Like if there were two dudes sitting in a booth together, I make eye contact. Because I just didn't want people to be like, why are you staring at them?
which is funny.
But then with my family though, my brother likes to tease me a lot, and it's all in good fun. Like it's not bad. Like it's all in good fun. But that's his thing, is he teases us. He likes to get me riled up. He knows how to really get under my skin.
Yeah.
But then it's a joke to him, literally almost every single time. I mean, sometimes it's not, but
most of the time.
Most of the time it is. And then he's just like, he now tells me, he's just like, I'm just fucking with you. Like, I'm just getting you riled up. I'm like, fuck you, dude. My blood's boiling right now.
Like, oh, you got me.
But it happens like quite often, unfortunately. But he's just really good because like you can't really tell when he's being serious.
Yeah.
Like the only time I could think I would tell he's being serious is when like he like just gets like beet red.
Yeah, like you can tell.
He starts like yelling.
He's like angry.
Yeah. But other than that, he has it's like, I just always assume he's being funny because I have to.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll become just this hurt, sad, little lonely person. And I know he loves me, so I don't think it's like a mean thing, but he's always done that to me. Anyways, but there were also sprinklings that I allowed myself to have. Like, I love Britney Spears, loved her.
Yeah. You thought it was fine to become a backup dancer.
Play with Bratz dolls with my cousins. They were the excuse, but I fucking lived for that. We made like little cities in those shit. Like, it was fun. It was some fun times. Danced in the living room with my mom to share. My mom used to listen to Fleetwood Mac around me all the time. Just so much like queerness.
Yeah. Well, I think what's super funny is, and don't get me wrong, like before I say this, I understand your perceptions were different. Like, you know what I mean? Like you thought this. But like, what's funny to me is like the reality of half of it. Like you're like, I didn't look at like even things that were almost gay because I don't want people to be like, you gay? Why are you looking? You gay? And yet, I don't think there's a single person that we mutually know that didn't ask me if you were gay.
Yeah, but even at like when I started working at my job, for example.
Yeah.
Like they're pretty quick to like get to know like your sexuality there. It's kind of weird, but like for the longest time, like people just thought I was straight, and then one day like someone,
I think that's though because they're so gay there. Like there's people that are so gay there that they're like, well, he'd be more gay if he saw these guys, so he's fine. Like he's not gay.
So but then I had someone like literally ask me, and I was like, yeah, I am. And I actually wasn't going to say that I was, because when I worked for the other company before I went to the current one, I was like super in the closet. And then I finally like broke out after I left. Like just socially I did with like my friends and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I want to go into this like just being who I am. Like just, you know, I know they'll accept it.
Yeah.
And yeah. Every time I lied about it.
Nice.
For survival.
I don't know if it's that
I'm just
deep.
kidding. I'm just kidding. I mean, if I would have told my dad back in the day, I might have been took into a conversion camp.
Yeah. Like your dad for sure. Okay. That was the one that was survival. Everyone else, probably not.
Yeah, he was like one of the last people to know.
That makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. The fact that you said one of the last, that's the part that doesn't make sense. Probably should have been the last.
Well, actually, I think he was kind of like after him. I was like, I don't give a fuck who knows now.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's like the last of the selective.
Yeah. I think he tried to like deny it at first because he was just like, God damn. Hold on, I need a drink.
You got him, boys. You got him.
The first time I told him, he was just like, yeah, but we've all had those feelings. Like, I get it. He's like, we've all had those feelings. Like, it's okay. Like, you know, just resist them.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't think you understand what I'm trying to say. Like, I have been resisting
I'm not coming here because I'm saying I'm struggling. I'm saying this is over.
I've made a decision.
Yeah.
To be who I am.
It's over. So,
and then like, I think after that, like then the like quote unquote pain that people feel, it came after that.
Pain?
Yeah. Like he's hurt. Oh, you've hurt my heart.
Oh, him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, same ass sob story that I hear from everybody that hates it.
Oh, okay. I was like, from everybody. I was like, when have I ever given you this, bitch?
People that are close. Well, actually, honestly, him and my mom are probably the only two people that have actually said anything about it. Period. Like I've had no one else, like cousins, nothing.
I mean, that makes sense.
They've just been okay with it. And like even
I was kind of surprised about your mom, honestly, but
even my aunts, my aunt and my uncle from like that live in Florida and stuff, they don't. They know about it and they don't care.
I think most people don't care nowadays.
Yeah, my cousin actually
Especially-
pissed off at my dad because he doesn't like. Well, we talk kind of now, but
Yeah.
because of the way he's acted, I'm like, God damn, you voted for Trump.
Yeah. But I feel like most people, especially if they're not too old, don't care. Like maybe it's not their ideal, but ultimately they're like, whatever, man.
Yeah.
But so why do you say you're like, do you think you being a suburban gay is just like kind of who you are though? Like
Yeah, I just don't
that's
feel
like
like-
where you feel comfortable.
I feel like sometimes like I was never a big partier. Because
That's what I'm saying,
There's
yeah.
just nothing around me that was easy enough for me to get to and like be safe about it.
Do you think you would be a big partier if there was? I'm not saying you wouldn't have had maybe more of a party phase just because of convenience
Yeah.
and friends. But I'm saying like,
I think I would have had a more phase and I would have more like gay friends. I feel like I have some gay friends. Like I know I do.
you have a pretty good amount.
Yes, I do. But that was because, I started working for the current, place. And then that's like 90% gay.
Yeah,
it's
but like-
you're straight.
So let's say you lived in a place like, let's just say like 18 to 23 ish. That was pretty easy to accept. Like get to where you wanted to go. Probably would have had a bigger party phase, maybe more gay friends, or at least at the time more gay friends, and now just friends you barely talk to. But then let's say you get to like now, right? Similar situation. So you just happen to live in a better spot. Do you think you'd be a partier now, like, or
No.
a city gay? You think you would settle here?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I think too. Like I was like I agreed with you saying you're a suburban gay, but I think that's like kind of just like who you is.
Yeah.
Like
It's not a bad thing.
no,
but-
exactly, just like a country gay or a city gay. I mean, some of these city gays seem to be pretty savage though. Like some of them are like, woo, scary.
Yeah. Like I kind of wish I would have grown up in like a ballroom type scene or something like that. Just because it looks like a lot of fun, but then also like that part
that's
would have been like extreme poverty, and because that's kind of how it started.
Yeah, and that's like 2 cities.
Yeah.
Anyone doing it now is because they're copying the 2 cities.
Right. Yeah. But stuff I can relive through TV shows and movies.
That's fair. I mean, I think there's non-gay versions of that where you just see something, you're like, man, I wish I was there.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people with the 70s.
Right. I mean, there was a whole 70s show. That 70s show.
It's true. I knew a chick that you could tell she was just like, I was born in the wrong decade. Like I would have been this, I would have been her, or I followed her religiously.
If anything, they should. I should have been held off. Should have been in future generations, so I could be my cyberpunk fantasy.
Yeah, right. I mean, we're entering it, bro. All these robot shit and like little jetpack things, and I think no one realized how close the future really is, bro. 10 years, I think genuinely. Like I know people are like, we're gonna live in a completely different world in 10 years, and like so far it's always, or so far they've been right, but it's been at least since the 2000s more like almost metaphysical. Like, you know what I mean? It hasn't been like the outside world necessarily. It's been like, now we all have phones. Now we're all connected to the internet. You know, it's a little bit more ethereal. It's nothing like, it's not nothing too much in your home. You know what I mean? Like we're still watching TVs, nicer TVs you can talk to, but it's like still TVs.
Yeah.
I think in the next 10 years, we can start having like shit that's like, oh no, this actually starts to look different. Like on the outside too. Like
Right.
we're not just having like new mental health issues because we're all connected in a new way, but also lonelier. We're having like, oh, that's a robot in your house.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Or it's like, oh, your car drives by itself now.
That's the biggest thing I think people are going to have a hard time getting behind.
Yeah, but people had a hard time getting behind the car in the first place.
Yeah.
Look at it now.
It's crazy how many electric cars are coming out.
Yeah, but I mean, kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I definitely like to see it. Cool. They actually, Harley Davidson just released an electric motorcycle.
Oh,
Yeah. the first one. Obviously.
Do you like Harleys?
Actually, okay, so for you guys at home that don't live with us personally,
which is all of you.
yeah, I started kind of getting into motorcycles, and I've always like been around them. Like I've always known someone who's had one. My brother's had one, my dad, aunts, uncles, like shit like that, cousins. So I've ridden them a couple times. I used to ride mopeds and dirt bikes and shit. So I've always been around like motorized vehicles and like ATVs and stuff.
You've ridden a moped?
Yeah.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Wait, rode or drove?
Drove.
Well, both. I've never driven a moped.
Yeah, I've driven a moped before. With my cousins actually. So I've done a lot of shit, and I was like, you know what? I want to get motorcycle license. So Blue and I have been talking about it and doing like motorcycle camping. Well, he took it to the motorcycle camping.
Okay.
Spot.
So also a little backstory. Recently, something started coming up, a new desire that honestly I never thought I would have. I was like, so a little backstory. I'm an Eagle Scout, so I did lots of camping, lots of hiking, lots of that bullshit, and I didn't particularly love it. Like the actual activities. I like the guys I was with, but then also I think I liked the challenge, and I think there was like I'm learning skills that are like somewhat skills. Like, you know what I mean? Like I like learning this. I like pushing myself, but I didn't love camping.
Yeah.
And so I thought to myself, like, this shit sucks. And I was like, I'm an Eagle Scout. I'm never camping again. I'm like, done. I did.
You gave me so much shit for it.
I did. I never camping. Yeah, I was like, never camp again. I did enough camping for multiple lifetimes. Like, nope. But recently, guys, I said something that I thought I'd never say. Like, it just kept coming and like kept having these feelings, and I thought about it, and then I was like, oh shit, I think I want to camp. And then I was like, I do want to camp. So I was already thinking about camping and stuff. And then I have always been on the fence about motorcycles. Like I always thought they were pretty cool as far as like actually owning one and driving one. I always thought they were pretty cool. Obviously like some more than others, but I also never thought like I would love driving like all across the country on a motorcycle necessarily. Like maybe with a goal, but like, you know what I mean? If it's just like just hitting the open road, man, freedom. That just wasn't me. Like I understood it. I was like, I liked people who did it, but I was like, not for me. I'll do that in a car, air conditioning. And so like, I just never felt like a reason to get a motorcycle. You know what I mean? So it was like, I was always on the fence. Then you start talking about it. I was like, yeah, I always kind of like motorcycles. And then like, I had this camping desire. And then I was like, oh, you know, it'd be fun. Like if I could put like some camping, like a tent on a motorcycle, like drive to camp, like motorcycle camping. I was like, that sounds like it should be a thing. Yeah. And I started looking some stuff up and I was like, it is a thing. I like it. I want to do motorcycle camping. And yeah.
Yeah. So to answer your question, whether or not I like Harley Davidsons, I mean, it's like a yes and no. Like right now, it's yes and no for me.
Yeah. Oh, and real quick, it's like, so long story short, we've been looking at motorcycles and we're probably gonna get one day. Mine's probably a few years off, but
yeah, mine's probably at least like a year or so.
Mine's probably like 3.
Yeah. So I was looking at some Harleys and I was like, okay, like, you know, like my family's always talked about, and that's kind of the reason why I don't want to get one. Mm-hmm. It's just because of how they're so like revered in people's minds of being
your
like,
aunt and her fucking Harley Davidson Ford, whatever.
Dude, so my aunt, we just won't name them. We'll just call them the aunts. So one of them, she's this fucking stupid ass bitch, and she literally bought this Explorer because they like Ford went through this phase where they were doing like kind of like designery cars. They did like an Eddie Bauer Explorer.
Yeah, like special editions.
Yeah, and so like they did a Harley special edition, but this thing was like undeniably Harley. Like it had Harley tags everywhere. The seats were leather. They were like embroidered with Harley.
Yeah, they're like in the seat, the footstep thing, you know, like to get in. There's a metal Harley symbol there.
Yeah, there's Harley everywhere. Like,
and
you cannot deny.
I think all of them, I could be wrong. This is the only one I was never for sure on because I didn't do too much research. I think all of them at least have a black like paint job, but a lot of them have a black and orange paint job.
Or red. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, do you think the Harley colors are black and red?
No, it's definitely black and orange, but I've seen red ones.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure we weren't getting like this weird spot where we're talking about the same color, but both of us are calling it different.
It's definitely orange.
Okay.
It's like
well, especially with orange and red. I've had that conversation with a few people. Like they're like, "That's a weird orange car," and I'm like, "That's a red car."
Right.
And they're like, "That's orange." I was like, "It's like a burnt red." But anyway. Yeah, and so I think they all had to have that. This bitch had a steering wheel cover that was Harley Davidson and floor mats. And then she's like, I got the Harley model.
No. And what her driving point was that there was this Harley-esque shape thing on the back of it that looked like it used to be like a tag that had fallen off, like a model tag or whatever. And there was one on the back and then on the side by the driver's door that were both removed.
Yeah.
And she was like, see, they used to have the emblems here and I bought it used, so they just didn't have them on there because someone stole them. I was like, you are a stupid bitch. And then her car did sound like muscular, but it also sounded like it was about to break down.
Yeah, I think it was that. I think it had fucking like tailpipe problems.
Yeah, but it was like
muffler problems. Yeah.
And so she just like would not shut up about this, and it annoyed the fuck out of my brother because
I got my first hand job in that car.
He knew. Oh my God. He fucking knew that it was not a Harley Davidson, and it bothered him so much.
Well, because she would tell everyone.
Yeah, and it continuously, even if she told you before, she'd tell you again. And so, or she'd walk in, she'd be like, yeah, I just got on my Harley Explorer, and I'm like, bitch, no one gives
with
a
her
fuck.
fake ass Louis bag.
Dude, I have a story about that too. Anyways, so she she just like would not shut up about this. My brother finally was just like, that's not a Harley Explorer. I'm sorry, but it's not. And she was like, yeah, it is. And so like they went into this big thing, and honestly kind of like damaged their relationship a little bit because he was so like, this is not it. This is so cheap.
Yeah.
What are you fucking talking about? Yeah. So yes and no. I mean, I like them. I think they sound awesome, and I think they make you probably feel really cool and really good.
Yeah.
But I don't like just the stigma around it and like with people just obsessing over it.
Yeah.
Like, cause I'm not riding a bike for people to come ask me what my bike is. Like I'm riding a bike because I genuinely want to ride a bike.
Yeah. And like, I feel like there is a broad spectrum of bikers, especially now, but I feel like there's the biggest spectrum that's like, or the biggest percentage of that spectrum is like biker dudes and like biker chicks,
like Hell's Angels.
Yeah. Or at least they like the idea of Hell's Angels. You know what I mean? Like they're like, I wear colors. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like the certain vest and stuff like that. And, dressed in a particular type of like biker gear.
Have the cut off vest too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ooh, like,
and the fucking like skull caps.
Yeah. So I feel like that's the biggest percentage, and they have very specific standards. And if you're not in those standards, they kind of, I think, don't look at you as like a biker. Yeah. And long story short, I'm not trying to send those signals. Like I don't want this person to be like, that's a nice Harley, and then come up to me and be like, talking, and then like I'm like, ah, man, like they're like, don't you just like love riding the open road? And I'm like, I actually only camp. I try to stay within 30 miles, like, or whatever, you know what I mean? I was like, I mainly visit campgrounds.
Yeah, my biggest thing too is they're so goddamn expensive. Their cheapest one is like $12,000.
Well, yeah, they're like the Corvette. So
I know, but
motorcycles.
And I've heard so many people from across like the motorcycle community all talking about how much Harleys break down and how fast they break down compared to other brands. And they're just like, don't get a Harley.
Yeah, but I mean, that's like any like nice car almost. It's like, like no one's like, oh, it's as reliable as a Toyota.
Yeah. But
it's like buy a Toyota for the reliability. You know what I mean?
You'll have to go with me and sit on some
Harleys.
No,
I'm afraid to sit on bikes.
Not Harleys. I went to this place like maybe 20 minutes from us, and they were really nice, and they've been there for like decades.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, hey, like, you know, like I don't have my license yet, but I'm like just kind of looking, like I want to get my license and I want to get a bike soon. And like, okay, cool. Like, so just beginner, something beginner. I'm like, yeah. And I was like, I really like this bike and I've been looking at it. And he kind of like gave me the reasons why I wouldn't want to get it if we were going to go like camping.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, you should get on. He's like, but get on it and just see how it feels. I'm like, see if you like it. I was like, okay. And I got on. I was like, yeah, like it's pretty nice, pretty lightweight.
I getting on a bike right now is like holding a baby. And I got on it. Makes me too nervous.
And then he's like, now you should try to get on this bike. And I got on it and it was like a little bit heavier. But I don't know, it's just such a cool experience. Like I've never had a very good experience, even when buying a new car. I just bought a new car.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like it was just like, I expected like a red carpet. And like even the place said we give you like, they even talk about like we have a red carpet type thing. And then like, I'm a haggler. So for me, like I don't ever accept. I just was always taught that you can get lower.
Yeah.
And so I went back and forth with this dude like 3 times. I was like, dude, I just like my budget says, and I didn't have a budget. I was like, dude, my budget says I cannot go over this price point like at all. Like I have to leave. And he was like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, dude. Like I just like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm sorry, man. Like I have a good working car out there. Like I can just go. And he's just like, all right, give me 1 second. He comes back. He's like, dude, this is like absolute lowest we can go. I'm like, yeah, man. But like, I already told you what my lowest was, and yours is still higher.
Yeah. It's like, so this conversation should have been like, well, boys, we can't do it.
So my lowest is this. He's like, all right. Give me one more shot. I was like, after this, we're done. I was like, okay. So I go, and it was pretty much literally exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
And I was just like, all right.
What do you mean by pretty much?
It was like maybe $20 off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Literally only 20?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well then.
Yeah, he's like, I can't give you exactly what you want back.
I would have accepted
close.
a few hundred, but if you were like, it was only like $5,000 off, I'd have been like, wow, you should have walked.
Right.
If you talk up like, this is my price point. This is my, hey, it gives you $5,000 more. You need to walk.
Yeah. No, I know. But just, it was so enjoyable going in. Like, he didn't even pressure me to buy anything. He's just like, yeah, man, like, I don't think he can because I don't have my license. So maybe that was what it is. But he's still nice though. Like he still answer questions and shit.
Bike people in general seem to be chill.
Yeah.
Some of them biker dudes, maybe not. But
so I've realized that either one person talks to you like a door person, and then no one else, because that's happened to me before. Or everyone comes up and asks you how you're doing.
Yeah. How do you feel about those like 3-wheel bikes?
Okay, so like I like it. I like the idea of them, but I almost feel like it's training wheels.
I just don't get me wrong. My biggest thing is, and maybe if they advertise this, I don't know. I just always go kind of like, why?
Yeah, I agree with you because you're not like the whole purpose. Like, right? It's like riding a fucking bicycle.
Yeah,
like just with a motor on it.
Yeah,
like that's basically what it is. And so it's just like why would you want to ride a tricycle?
Yeah,
like just down the road.
I feel it. Yeah, exactly. And I don't know, dude. It's just like, kind of just like, why? Every time I see it, I'm like, that looks cool.
Also, every time I see it, I see some like big ass motherfuckers. Like when we were walking,
that might be why.
When we went to that one, when we walked out, the dude was like, yeah, I just saw like 2 big ass people. It was like, they had to be at least like 400 pounds each. He's like, yeah, we're good, babe. We can get one. I was just like, bro, that's so true though.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they are just for fat people and like some skinny people ride them, but then I understand it. Like, it's like, I'm too fat for a normal bike. Then it's like, yeah, man, you ride that. The other one that I saw that I was like, yeah, actually, that one makes a little bit more sense to me. It's like, there's those like motorcycle trailers. I saw like people that would ride in groups and the person who pulled the trailer rode on those.
Oh.
And then I understand it. Then that
makes sense.
Then I was like, yeah, that one makes sense to me. I'd do that too, probably. Or either that or have the guy with like the bitch car. You know what I'm talking about? I kind of want one. But I want one that looks like old school. Like if I got one, I would want it to.
Are you talking about like the old one, that like the old rustic kind of looking one? Not rustic, but it looked like old timey. Well, it was like a 2-seater and it was like a convertible or whatever.
No. You don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the bitch car. So like the normal motorcycle, and it has like that car that someone can sit in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but if I got one, I get one that like I would want like at least the bike to look like, if it's not literally this, the like World War II motorcycles with like their World War II bitch car. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's what I do if I ever got one. Also, I kind of want to live in a place that lets me ride like that. Like it makes sense for me to ride a moped. And I'm not talking about the scooter, even though I don't hate the scooters, especially if you get the right one. I'm talking about like legit moped where like it has pedals that if like the back, like you run out of gas, you can pedal it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I want to live in a place where it makes sense that I like it's like, oh yeah, most of your stuff is just like a few blocks away and you're not like going on major roads a few blocks away. You know what I mean? Like a little village or something. It's like,
bro, I wanted a moped so bad.
Oh, like before you could drive?
Yeah.
Me too.
God damn it. And I wanted a dirt bike at one point, but it was always way too expensive.
I knew like 4 people at our school who had mopeds and didn't drive them to school. I was like, what's their whole fucking point? And then I knew a total of 5 people with mopeds at our school. One though, most of the time, like there'd be reasons why he didn't some days, like, you know, like if it's too snowy or something. But every day he drove his moped. And I was like, yes.
100%.
I'm like, that's the reason I have a moped now.
I also, when I think of mopeds, I think of people who've lost their license.
Yeah, and that's what sucks, dude. Like almost every other country in the world, it's like a viable option besides a car. But in the States, it's like, oh, a teen without his license, or oh, that guy got a DUI.
Yeah. So I popped open, speaking of mopeds and countries, it made me think of France. So I popped open Duolingo last night, and I like spent like almost 2 hours learning learning French.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to learn it. I think I'm going to try. I actually really I'm going to try it.
Well, good luck, bro.
Yeah. It looks like a lot of fun.
Why French?
It's, I don't know. I've always just liked the language. I don't know why. Like, it's so weird.
I think I know why, but
because they have why
stereotypes.
What?
It's like, oh, sexy. Oh, yeah, bougie.
Paris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Movies.
Probably, yeah. That makes a lot of sense. But they have like fucking one word for like a whole entire phrase.
Yeah.
And it's just like, the fuck?
Yeah. And
the whole like masculine and feminine thing, I know that's like pretty prominent in a lot of other languages.
Well, romantic languages, yeah.
Yeah.
Things based off of Latin.
I'm like, so you're making me say the same word
because they're a boy or a girl.
The same.
Or very similar.
But when I spell it, it's one letter extra. I'm like, what the fuck? What's the purpose of that? Like, and that's what's been tripping me up is like the whole like masculine and feminine thing. I finally think last night, like towards the end, before I quit, I like got it. I was like, oh, okay. Like now it makes sense because croissant is masculine and orange and pizza are feminine. And I'm like, why is pizza feminine?
Oh, because it's like eating a perfect vagina. It's like,
okay. I totally agree with that analogy, but I feel
it's shaped like a hole, but even when you take it apart, then it's a triangle, which could also represent a vagina. It's vaginas on vaginas on vaginas.
Bro, we got to go up. We went to a brewery today that served only pizza.
Good move.
And they serve lasagna on the weekends. But it's pretty fucking good.
That's when they bring in their special chef.
Right? We got like a big ass, they like said a salad, like a table salad. And we were thinking it was like gonna be something small. It's like this big ass bowl, dude. That's like a fucking Olive Garden bowl.
That's nice.
And then we got some of their like, they have 2 appetizers, salad and bread. We got bread as well. And then we got a margarita pizza. Dude, it was like the perfect, like we each ate 2 pieces of pizza. We ate a whole plate of salad. And we ate like 2 or 3 pieces of bread. It was like the perfect.
Did you get a whole margarita pizza?
Yeah.
And you didn't bring it home?
We ate it all.
Wow.
Bro, it was good.
Just kidding. That does sound good.
It was really good. And they let you try your beer, like taste it.
I like good margarita pizza. I don't love all margarita pizza.
Yeah. This was good margarita pizza for sure.
I've had some real shit ones, but that other people will be like, it's so good. And I'm like, this.
Well, they don't put slices of tomatoes on them.
Oh, that's interesting.
So they just use tomato sauce. They put a lot of mozzarella on it. They put a big chunk of basil, like one leaf.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's it. Mm. It's just so fucking good. I think they put a sweeter sauce too, like a sweeter tomato sauce, but it is so fucking good and it has olive oil on it, obviously. Bro,
I'm genuinely wondering. There's a part of me, a pizza snob part of me, that's like, I don't know if you can call it a margarita pizza without slices of tomato.
Margarita
inspired.
Weirdly enough, I'll actually eat tomatoes on a margarita pizza
because it kind of blends in.
Mm-hmm. But I will not eat a tomato like in a.
I just don't like them.
Yeah, same here. Like, and I love ketchup.
I want to like them. I just can't.
Yeah. I know people who can just eat it like a fucking fruit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to like them that way. I'll even look at it and be like, you look pretty good. I think I'm gonna like you. And then I eat it and I'm like, nope, I just don't like any part of this. And also they are fruit. So yeah, you can eat technically all the ways you eat them. It's like a fruit. I can eat fried green tomatoes, but I think that's because it's like fried and you dip them in shit.
I can eat, depends, but I can usually eat onion rings because I fucking hate onions. But the rings make them really, really sweet.
Mm-hmm. I can destroy some onion ring.
Yeah.
I'm starting to like onions. I used to not like onions. I'm starting to like onions. And I'm neutral about mushrooms now.
Yeah. I'm not a mushroom.
There's very few times I've ever had mushrooms now that I've been like, I'm glad I had mushrooms with that. Or, you know what I mean? Usually it's like, I could have done without them.
Mushrooms are stinky too.
Yeah, a lot of food's stinky though. Garlic
sprouts,
stinky,
dude. Brussels sprouts smell like straight up fucking feet.
Yeah, they smell weird.
I hate Brussels sprouts.
In general, I do. I've had like one or two that I was like, oh wow, yeah, I'd eat these. But in general, yeah.
Do you like asparagus?
I can like asparagus. Like when it's done well, I really like asparagus. But then other times it's like, ooh.
There's one reason why I can't.
Why?
It's just this pure psychological reason. The Dumb and Dumber scene when he shoves them, or no, not the Dumb and Dumber. Scene in Ace Ventura when he goes to Africa and he hides in the rhinoceros.
Yeah, and
then he comes out with asparagus on his nose. And like shoved up there. It just freaked me out. It just like so gross. And ever since then, I've never tried them. I just can't.
That's so funny.
I just see them. I'm like, get the fucking no.
I'm not a big fan of beets.
Yeah, I don't like beets either.
Oh man, I think I've told the story before. I'm gonna say it again. I was in Thailand and there's this one guy who's just the worst. We all hated him. There was like a time where we all planned on going to a movie, and then we pretended to go to bed so that he would go to his room.
Oh my god!
And then went to a movie.
That's so awful.
Like, hey man, I'm going to bed. Oh, okay. They went and then we like snuck out.
Wow, that's so mean.
Oh, he was the worst. You cannot tell me it's so mean until you know him, dude.
Okay.
You cannot. He was.
I probably honestly do the same thing.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the dude I was with is a super nice guy. Like half the people I know would probably call me a nice guy. Don't fully agree, but half the people I know would because they're probably bigger assholes. Him, everyone's like, that's a nice guy. Jakob, he's a good guy. He was also like I was like, I texted him. I was like, I'm good at you good with that? And he's like, definitely.
Oh my god.
And then that's exactly what we did. And it was great. But anyways, that guy, we went to this one restaurant that we liked and he looked at it, he's like, I mean, it looks okay. He's like, oh, but they got these shakes. And it's like, and like half of the smoothies, I think in general were to be combined. That was their idea, but you could get like just straight strawberry if you wanted. So one of their ingredients was beets. And I think that was supposed to be like, if you're wanting greens and fiber, you put some beets in there. You also got some carrots that probably had an apple for flavor, He just asked for a beets. Like the guy was even like, you just want beets? And he's like, yeah, just a beet like smoothie.
Ew.
And we were like, cool. He's like, okay. And he comes back. And he's like, the whole time he's like, I just love beets. I love beets. I was like, you got just a beet smoothie? And he's like, yeah, I love beets. They're so good. Beets are so good. And he gets it and he tries it. He's like, oh man, I don't think I like this. I was like, why? He's like, just tastes like this. And everything he described, I was like, that's what beets taste like.
I would have read him
and he's like,
to filth.
Well, I kind of did. I was like, that's what beets taste like. And then he was like, yeah, I know. I just didn't think like, I mean, it is what beets taste like, but it's like a lot of that. And I was like, yeah, because you only got beets. And he's like, yeah, but like, I was like, I thought you love beets. He's like, I do, but like, I was like, this sounds exactly what I thought it was going to be. I don't know why you thought it would be any different.
Me too. I would never get a beet smoothie. I'd be like, get the fuck, what?
There's very few things, especially veggies. I don't think there's any veggies, but there's very few things I get just one of any smoothie. Like I could do a strawberry smoothie. I could do a few. I can think of a few fruits. I can't think of one vegetable. I just want just that.
Have you been to Smoothie King?
Yeah.
Bro, I want a smoothie so bad.
I like the strawberry and banana.
Do you want a smoothie tomorrow?
No, it's so expensive.
We go, oh no, wait, let's go on Friday because they're $5. They're $5 Fridays.
$5
for a fucking 40, for like a 44 ounce, or it's actually 32. But 32 ounce shake, dude, that's like a lot.
$5?
And that's on Friday.
I can get a whole meal for $5.
I'm gonna go get one. I mean, I was gonna offer it to you, but the way you talk about this, I'm like,
what?
You don't deserve
offer it
one.
to me how?
By paying for it.
Oh, I totally do that. Let's go. Woo, smoothie party.
You don't deserve one, bro.
Smoothie party.
Shit on the smoothies.
Hey man, I'm not shitting. I didn't say they weren't good. I was mainly talking out of poverty. Okay. If I was some rich bitch walking around with like a Gucci sling, I'd be like, yes, please. I mean,
there are some poor people walking around with Gucci slings.
Yeah, but I'd be like, I would purposely not go on Fridays. I'd be like, ooh, $5 day. Gross.
Oh my God.
But I'm not there yet. So now I'm like
privilege.
So now I'm like the opposite. Ew, $5, yay. Well, it's too expensive.
Oh my God.
That's how you know I'm gonna make it when I'm like, hey, it's Thursday. You wanna go Smoothie King? You're like, can we go tomorrow? But ew, no. And you're like, wow, Blue's doing really good for himself.
Oh my God.
Just like my second thing on my Instagram profile, pay full price for Smoothie King.
Oh my God. You would do something stupid like that.
And then my profile picture is like me with like a Rolex, like, oh.
Ew. I always like see some of these dudes that do that, and some of them are pretty attractive. But I'm like, dude, it's just principle, man.
They're getting so much puss.
No, but for me, it'd just be principle.
Well, they're either getting so much puss or they wish they were. There's no in between.
Yeah.
There's no in between. It's not like, oh, he kind of gets puss. It's like, no, that's everyone else's realm. You're 100%. Doing shit like that, you either getting tons of it and or none.
So I was thinking today, we went to this like little town to meet halfway with his mom.
And by him, you mean your boyfriend?
Yeah, my boyfriend. And so I really rolled up in this little town. It was so fucking cute. It was like what I imagined our hometown would have been like before it exploded.
I would say mopedable.
Yeah, 100% mopedable.
Yeah.
And it just had like there's some really attractive people there. And like I know that like there can be attractive people in small towns. That's not something but usually I think of like hillbillies because that's where my family comes from. If it's a small town, it's like, you know, everyone and you probably fucked everyone. Anyways, my grandpa one time literally told me when he showed me where he was from, he was like, there's probably not one person in here that you couldn't say is your cousin. I was like, whoa, hot. So yeah. But I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, I would love to just move to a small town one day. Like when I'm older and I've kind of done everything I want to do and it's time to relax, you know, just grow some plants in my backyard, live in a small town, be like a pillar of the community.
That's what I'm saying, right?
And like, just like be like, he's the dude. Eastwood is the guy.
That's what I'm
just
saying.
Like, yeah. You just like roll around, even if they maybe like they have like little fucking golf carts. And we ride around golf carts everywhere.
I feel you, bro, dog.
Like maybe it's like on a lake.
On a lake? Maybe in Japan.
God.
Oh, I can. So there's 3 writing styles for Japanese: hiragana, katakana, and kanji. Kanji is like the Chinese letters. So like that's like what you think of like with like super Asian things. So you know what I mean? Like complicated like symbols. Hiragana is how like the basic way of spelling, and usually they use kanji. Like if you're reading like adult material, as far as like adult reading level, they're gonna throw in kanji and hiragana. So like kanji for big words and then connect them with hiragana. Anyway, but you can write in theory the whole language in hiragana. Katakana is very similar to hiragana, but it's basically mainly used for loan words. So like how they say cake is keiki because they loaned that from English. So keiki, or like hot dog is hatadogu.
Yeah.
And there's a banger song about it. But that's what you would use katakana for. So I'll learn that eventually. One person described it like it's kind of like they said, and this is a person that is Japanese but like knows English really well. They said they think of it more like if you're learning it, you learn hiragana, that's like the base, and the katakana is going to be like your cursive. So it's like good to know, good to have in the pocket. You'll use it every once in a while, but it's not like.
Do you know the first one, hiragana or whatever?
Yeah, so that's what I learned.
Duolingo does that.
Yeah, I mean, I did some of Duolingo.
Was it pretty bad?
Duolingo feels like what I want to use in like 3 months. Because you can tell they're like assuming you know some shit that you don't know. That you're like, wait. Why do you think I could just select that?
Right. Yeah.
Like even when I try to figure it out and then I do it and they're like, no, it means this. And you're like, what? I have no context for this. Anyway. And so it would probably be good for vocab and shit. I do plan on using it eventually just to like go through shit. But anyway, I learned hiragana. It means I learned the letters. That's the best way to think about it. So I can like sound out pretty much any word. Like it takes me a second and I might have to think about it, or I have to go to the reference. But like when I say go to the reference, I have a reference that's not like it's not like it says the sound. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it's like the picture, and then I go, oh, it's in this thing and this thing, so it's this. You know what I mean? And so basically, I could, if like an English analogy, I could sound out all the words.
Sound out pickle.
Well, I don't know pickle off the top of my head.
Oh, okay.
And you know what I mean? Yeah. But if someone wrote down whatever pickle is in Japanese, put it down in front of me.
Oh, gotcha.
I could sound it out. Like,
that's cool.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like someone who doesn't necessarily know what the words mean, but could be like, I love you. You know what I mean? That would be me, except in Japanese. So like konnichiwa, which actually has happened a few times. There's been a few times I figured it out, and I'll be like daijobu. Wait, like this word, and then be like, it is that word. I was like, hey. So that's been really encouraging.
I realized that the French people have an accent. I mean, I knew they kind of always did, but like with the way they say like fucking like names. Mm-hmm. Like Paul.
Oh, like Paul?
Alice.
Yeah. How'd you not realize that?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, it's just something that didn't really dawn on me. And I was like, yeah, God, that's like a lot of. There's one word. It's and it's it that fucks me up every single time. Because Duolingo, I'm doing 2 weeks of their plus. Which is like a better version of what they give you for free. And so like I was like trying to like they make you speak it out. Yeah. And so I was like doing it, and then whenever the and came in, I was like it. I was like and like somehow always like converged the two together. Yeah. Because it was like a cat and a boy. Yeah, a cat and a boy is what they would ask, and then I would say that in French. But yeah, I was just like. Nuts.
Yeah, I feel you.
I like learning another language though. I always kind of hated it, but I think I was just so like not like just focused on other things in my life that I just didn't give a fuck. But now I'm like actually really enjoying it. Like seeing you do it and hear you like your progression and stuff. Like that sounds like really cool. It's something I've always like just really resisted for some reason. Yeah. Learning any language. I'm like, you know what? I want to learn a language.
You actually like learning, Eastwood. Okay.
I know I do.
It's you can allow yourself to become smarter.
School was like kind of rough, you know, at some points. And I like high school was not. High school was really well. But like up to like 8th grade year when we homeschooled.
Yeah.
And like freshman year kind of sucked. Sophomore year and junior year started getting like way better.
Yeah.
So I kind of have like this stigma with learning and stuff like that. But yes, you know, I do enjoy it. So I want to try to learn. I want to try to learn like multiples, but I just want to get
What do you
through
mean multiples?
like multiple languages.
Oh yeah. Depends on how much time I have on this earth, honestly. If they do that 300 years thing or more, like letting humans live longer, I'll probably learn quite a few. I'll probably learn like 2 others realistically.
Yeah, I think that would be my limit.
I
honestly think 1 other is going to be my limit.
Ideally, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. 2 others besides my native. So it's like Japanese and and some of it probably would have to do with like the problem with 2 of my languages is like I could maybe do more if I chose a bunch of languages that were like more simpatico with English. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like all my languages are pretty far from English.
Yeah, dude.
Like I want to learn Japanese. I want to learn not German, Russian. Like they don't even have the same writing style. And we're like
Russian looks like calligraphy.
Yeah. If I wanted to learn like Swedish, which I might one day, there's like a condition I think on my life, but that's on DL. No reason why you guys need to know that. Anyway, Swedish.
He's keeping secrets.
Swedish, like German, or even French. Like if I wanted to have a desire to learn those 3, I probably could. Like
dude,
they're close enough to English and stuff. And then if you start learning Romance languages, like Italian to Spanish to French are like easier together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like if I chose more connected languages, maybe more. But unless my life gets extended, I'm thinking I got 2 in me. Japanese, and I want to get really good at Japanese because there's a lot of stuff I want to read and watch in Japanese. Like even some like old books, you know? So it's like, that's like English is a second language person like learning Shakespearean English. You know what I mean? It's like they know English, but they're kind of to learn or like know it well enough that they get the changes.
Yeah.
So Japanese I want to learn really well, so that's gonna take a while. And then the other ones we'll see.
Yeah. You told me something one time. You're like, you know what? I'm either gonna be in love with Paris, or I'm gonna fucking hate France.
Yeah.
And that just like gave me like that there's like a 50% chance that you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man, how great would that be if you just loved it?
Why?
I don't know, because I like cultural, like I really love like the history of France. I love the history of even England, like just the whole Europe.
Yeah, I mean I do too. That doesn't mean I have to love the place.
That's why I want to learn French, because I want to learn more about like, you know, just French shit.
You can learn it all in English.
I know, but you can as well as with Japanese shit.
It's harder for several reasons. 1, not as many people, like we don't have as much as an exchange, like at least through history. And then 2, some shit like is like different. Like they think of stuff different. Like like yokai. The easiest way to say like what a yokai is like kind of like spirits, but like they're so their own thing. There's like no good English translation. Like you have to like literally start learning Japanese and learning about like certain Japanese ways of thinking to like fully understand the yokai. Yeah. I've also thought Arabic would be kind of fun because I hear Lumi speak Arabic from time to time, and like it sounds really like interesting. It sounds interesting, but I know that it's a Semitic language, and I learned ancient Hebrew, and I fucking hated it. So I was like, nope. Yeah, like my stepsister, it was like a linguist for the airport, or for the airport, for the airport, for the Air Force, and she is fluent, like completely fluent in like 6 or 7 different languages, and Arabic was the main one that she was fluent in, and so. It's fucking nuts. I heard one guy talking about it that I was like, man, that sounds great. I'm never gonna do it. And it was a guy who got really good at Arabic and like Arab languages, and he knew like 7 languages too. And like, but he was an older dude, so like he did all that before like even like Iran had their revolution and stuff like that, you know, and like he toured through there and like really got to know like locals and shit. And he just talked about like how he kind of fell in love with Arabic and stuff like that, and what he does love about like certain cultural things and whatnot. And I was like, wow, that all sounds really cool. I'm never going to fully experience that. Like, I get that. That's a lot of work. You know why I'll never climb Everest? Why? 2 reasons. 1, after I know what actually happens, I won't feel accomplished at the top. I know I won't. because the Sherpas do like all the fucking work. The Sherpas go ahead, make sure like it's quote unquote safe, like accidents still happen, but you know, as safe can be. Like they set up the ladders, they're the ones setting in like the leading things. They're carrying all the heavy, like your tent, you're not carrying your tent. You have like literally hiking gear, like just hiking gear. You know what I mean? What you need to hike and like keep drinking water. All the camp gear is the Sherpas, and they're running past you with your camp gear. And you're just in a line with like 30 other people going up this mountain. So I was like, I just know I'll get to the top and be like, the Sherpas climbed this mountain. I didn't. I took a rough hiking path. And then the other reason is I just don't get a sense of accomplishment out of things like that. Like I do, but like not to the degree I think some people do. And so the other view would be like the view or whatever. But I just know I'd be like, wow. And then after like 5 minutes, I'd be like, I'm ready to go.
Oh my God. That's hilarious.
And so I just like, nah, there's nothing to like, there's nothing heavy enough for me to like say it was worth it. You know what I mean?
No, I definitely get that. You can climb out by yourself. I know a few people who have done it.
No Sherpas?
Yeah, like, well, that they claim. I mean, I don't like know for sure, but
because I think it's illegal. I could be wrong.
I don't know. I've heard several people say that they've done it.
I could be wrong. Yeah, there's also that Asian family that took a photoshopped picture at the top and was like, "We did it, guys."
Bro, that's so great.
Like they went to like a thing, posed.
That's so great.
Like had makeup on to look like they were climbing. Okay, so people do a lot of shit.
That's so funny. Oh my God. That's too much fucking work.
Yeah. I know people don't like to think this way, but I pretty genuinely think all the time. I'm like, when someone tells me something, I'm like, people lie about accomplishments. People lie about anything that's like big. You know what I mean? Like I was like, there's people out there that have like taken that photo. Like I go through a list in my head of like things that most people are like, yeah, but like people don't lie about that. It's like, there's a photo. Fake rape allegations that like I got confirmed. You know what I mean? I'm like, fake this, fake that, like just fake cancer. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. I just go through the list real quick. I'm like, would this person say this just for a very selfish reason? So unless I like genuinely trust them, like, cause I know them, I'm like, maybe. So I just go, oh, cool, man. Like, we'll see if that gets confirmed. Honestly, that was kind of Lumi with it. Cause he knows like 4 languages, right? Like, well, like super well. Like I think he technically can get by in 6, but like knows 4 languages like super well. I was pretty skeptical about it at first. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was like, we'll see. And then I saw him like really speaking Arabic and I was like, fuck. I saw him really speaking French. I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
And I saw him really speaking Spanish. I was like, well, he did it. I was like, he's fluent enough for me to accept it. Like even if he has a heavy accent in any of these, or like
he's had whole ass conversations when we're like eating in a Mexican place.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like I don't know it well enough to be like, oh, like you like speak like high level fluency. You know what I mean? Like there's like levels of fluency. Like like think of examples in English is like, oh, that person can like I can have a conversation with that person, but like heavy accent, and, like they mess up grammar a lot, but they get their point across. You know what I mean? So he might even be there on some of those. But even if he is, that's good enough. Like if you said you were fluent in a language and that was true, I'd be like, yeah, you are. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, yeah, he knows 4. And so it just blew my mind. But I was pretty skeptical about it at first. I was like, yeah, 4 languages. Totally, man.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll give you 2. And the only reason I gave him Arabic is because he's Muslim.
Yeah.
I was
he's
like,
from like
a place that primarily speaks French.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. And so I was like, so I gave him Arabic because he's Muslim. I knew that's like big in the Muslim community. Like even if you're not in a place that speaks Arabic, like at least learning it to like read it in Arabic because they believe like Arabic's like the true language. Like if you're gonna read the Quran, like you couldn't make any theological statements on the English version. You need to make theological statements on the Arab version.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what does the Arab one say specifically?
Yeah.
And so I was like, yeah, I'll give you Arabic. But I still even was a little skeptical, but he proved me wrong.
Yeah, it's funny.
I was wrong.
And I know a lot of the shit that he's experienced is like true. But like, there's sometimes some things that he says, and I'm like, are you fabricating this?
There definitely has been for me, but
it's been they've all been true.
Yeah, so it's like I don't really think that anymore. But there was at first there's several. I was like, and then I was like, oh man, you're right.
Yeah.
Which don't get me wrong, there's a few things that I think have happened in my life that people might feel that way about too. I think people sometimes feel that way when I talk about Thailand. It's like, did you go?
I remember because I couldn't talk to you.
Oh yeah.
I was like, we started talking like right before you left. You're like, hey man, so you know I'm going to Thailand in like a month. I'm like, why the fuck are you going to Thailand, you stupid bitch? Like we start talking again, and then it's just like, not that we ever were like not talking. We just life got in the way.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got back, now we're just like fucking stuck.
Well, we talked like, I think before that, I think we talked like basically at least once a year, if not like twice.
Yeah.
It's basically like Christmas break and summer break.
Well, I think birthdays too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we said something to each other on birthdays.
I'm also just super bad at keeping up with people.
Yeah. And I just don't want to, I just knew that like it wouldn't, like our friendship would still be there because we had like your college years.
Yeah.
Where we did hang out like when you came to town and stuff, but like that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So that's just kind of how I am with my friends. And most of my friends you can pick up right where you left off. Some of them you can tell that they're like they're afraid, and so you just kind of have to be like boop boop boop, remember things, and then they're like, okay, yeah, we're back.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But it's always nice when you come back to a friend, like Allery.
Yeah,
like she and I we did talk for like 5 years, and we got back, and it's like I felt like, oh, okay, this is exactly the same. Like,
yeah.
So.
She's pretty dope though.
Yeah, she is. Sometimes it even happens over the phone. If I haven't talked to someone in a while, I can tell. But I think that's because their life has changed so much. Like usually I think they're broken. Whether they are or not, I'm like, this person's broken.
Oh my God.
Well, because like they won't joke as much.
Talk about a savior complex.
No. I'm not saying I can, like, I save them in the conversation, that's for sure. I can, like, by the end, they're like breaking out from what they were. But like, I'm not saving their life. Like they'll start talking and you can tell they're like not really bringing up topics. Like they're just like, I just work. You're like, yeah, man, me too. Like, what else? Like, I work. And sometimes I hang out with my wife. Saw a movie like 2 months ago. And you're like, oh shit. And then like you start like joking around and they're like, I remember how to joke. And so then they start joking around more, and then you're like, and then they start being like, remember when we used to hang out? Those were the days. And you're like, oh man.
Did I ever sound like that to you?
No, you never were like that.
Oh, good. Okay.
No, you were never like that. But and it's not all my friends. It's just some of them. Like even on phone calls, you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like I had one friend too. I reached out, I was like, hey, I changed my number. I don't have your number on my phone. What's your number? And then they were like, I was gonna say, yeah, damn, you're bad at keeping up. But I was like, yeah, ha ha ha. That was the last time we talked.
That's so funny. You're like, well, I really am bad at keeping up.
But also, this is my thing is I feel like it does get put on me a lot. Maybe it's because I'm so open to it because I know I am bad. But all these bitches aren't texting me.
Yeah, no, that's how I feel, dude. I remember like we would be pretty consistently like each of us would every now and then text, just like pulse check. But yeah, dude, these bitches out here be thinking like, God damn, like if I didn't text you, we would never hang out.
Like, you're so bad at keeping up. I'm like, when did you call me? When did you call me? Huh?
Or they text you and they're like, hey, like haven't heard from you in a while. Just making sure you're okay. You want to hang out sometime? I'm like, about goddamn time. I remember texting you like 6 months ago, bitch.
And the worst is like, yeah, when they say that after like they didn't respond to your last text, or oh yeah, man, it's then they don't respond. And you're like, God damn it, dude. Why'd you even come back? Let's wait until we actually hang out.
Yeah. It's just like, we're done. This is it.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I think it's a good spot.
I do too. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us and listening. We hope it has been enjoyable to you.
And if it's not, fuck you. No, just kidding.
Who gives a fuck? No, but for real. Yeah.
Yeah, this show was brought to you by East Tree CBD. Like always, use SW10 for all your CBD and Delta 8 needs, and you will get 10% off. Also, let's rate Super Lemon Haze.
Yeah, so Super Lemon Haze rating.
It's at least a 3.
I think it's a 3.
It's at the bottom of 3, dude. It's like of the bear. Like, let's say we're rating these.
You know what?
Quick analogy time.
You know what? It's a 2. I just can't with it. Like, I heard someone, like, there was literally the variety strain thing. There was lemon haze, which we had super lemon haze, so I'm assuming they're similar. Lemon haze and a variety, and I picked a variety over lemon haze. So I was like, nope, we just had that, and nope, I'm good.
That's hilarious.
It gives me at first it's weird. It takes you through like a roller coaster ride. Like at first you get kind of a headache and it kind of feels like headband.
Well, I don't think I've ever got a headache from it, but
I feel like I felt pressure in my head and then it goes away. There's sometimes you smoke it and it's fine. And then it comes back and then it goes away for me at least. And I'm like, God damn, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's just like, I'm still keeping it at a 3, but it's scraping the, like, analogy time. All of the 5s are barrels, right? Super lemon haze. I'm scraping that 3rd barrel. I'm like to get out. I'm not talking about like it's just there. It's like you have to get in the wood. Like it almost was in that other barrel. Like no.
Yeah. It's not my favorite.
It's meh lemon haze. That's what it should be named. Dude, lemon haze.
I went on a crusade to find Northern Lights.
I fucking love Northern Lights.
A fucking crusade one day.
Northern Lights so good. I can't tell if it's like it's so good. God can only give us so much, or what? Like, why is it not everywhere? It's like, do most of them die? Like, is God like it's too good? I can't give them it all. Like, why? Why is not everyone growing a Northern Lights? That's what I want to know.
And I wonder if it's almost seasonal.
I don't know, dude.
Cause one thing I fucking find is vapes. I found some vapes, I found some concentrates, and I found some Delta 8. I got some Delta 8 because I want to try it.
Oh, you ordered it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Should be here like this weekend. But dude, I just want Northern Lights so bad.
Oh, me too, dude.
I was looking at all the dispensaries around us. I was like, please have Northern Lights. And none of them had it. I was like even thinking like, do I just take like a weekender to California and scoop up some Northern Lights? Like I knew that wasn't going to happen.
But I feel you.
But I was just like, that's how desperate I am.
Yeah, dude. Northern Lights, like there's a time of my life that I think about with like almost like a sense of nostalgia or like at least just like liking.
Yeah.
But if I really think about what happened in like that 2-3 months, not too many like good things or special things. Might have even been shitty kind of. But I just remember I had Northern Lights all 3 of those months. And every time I think about that time, I'm thinking about when I was high on Northern Lights. I was like, that was nice.
So like, I didn't really start getting heavy into like the last time I had smoked when you came to like stay with me.
Yeah.
I had a year-old eighth.
Wow.
That I just was like sparingly, like just very sparingly. And because I just wasn't that into it. And then you brought Northern Lights and it was the first thing that we smoked together.
Yeah, because I was like, dude, you gotta try this shit. Yeah.
And dude, it just lifted me into this like euphoric like utopia. Like I was just like in literal heaven. Like I'm sorry, like we say it's like 1 to 5. I'm giving Northern Lights 10.
Yeah, Northern Lights
10s across the board, bitch. Like it is 100% the most perfect strain, and it's so perfect that it's so hard to fucking find because everyone fucking wants it.
I don't know why it is. Maybe that is why. I don't know.
I literally thought to myself, I was like, because we have plans like start businesses and shit with like marijuana and stuff, and I was like, dude, if we ever have a grow, that is the one strain that will be all year round for us.
Yeah, I'll hunt it down, dude. I don't care. Dude, I'll fucking rob another store. I'll go in and grab some of their like little like grow like what I can't even remember what you call it. Well, yeah, but like usually it's like they get more seeds from like mother plants or whatever. I'll steal some others, dude.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I'll steal some others. I'm like, this is ours now,
dude.
And we'll grow them.
It just makes me like, and I don't know if someone specifically has, you know, like the Northern Lights like has like a lot of like it's like someone like because basically someone crossed it with like 2 different strains.
Yeah, but no one knows for sure what it is.
Yeah, and so like that person, I just like feel like they're just holding on to this thing,
I don't know, dude.
And I'm like, man,
I want it so bad.
Just release it, dude.
I know, dude. I want it so bad. My plan is get into the right spot. I want a homegrown Northern Lights just to know I always have it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That brings me to legalization. It's starting to happen, guys, in the United States. There have been some big moves on both sides to where I think that if it doesn't for sure happen this year, it is 100% going to happen next year.
I don't know if I'm that close, but I hope for both.
I want it to happen by the summer.
If it doesn't happen this year, I hope it happens next year.
Yeah, I want it to happen by the summertime, dude.
I feel you.
Please, sweet baby Jesus. Sky Daddy, come from above.
I mean, kind of summer now, but...
Well, they don't pass anything until like July. So that's what I'm talking about. So like that's when they'll have their like big vote.
Also, most states, what do they do for the other half of the year? They usually have like one major go through of ballots. So what do they do for the other half of the year?
They just chill.
That's what it sounds like. Like, goddamn, I want to be a state representative. Fuck. How much you get paid?
A lot. 6 figures at least.
Is it?
Yeah. It's a lot of money.
Huh.
But
maybe I should become a state representative.
Oh my God. All right. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. You can catch us on all your social platforms.
SWU Podcast. Except on Twitter, we are SWU. No, we're Smoke With Us Podcast on everything else. That's my bad, guys. Smoke With Us Podcast. Everywhere we're at, except Twitter, it's SWU Podcast. SWPOT Cast.
We're going to send you out like we always do with our bud. His song Sparkler, and his name is Saint Warhead.
Oh my God. We're going to send you out like we always do with Saint Warhead Sparkler.
Smoke weed every day. I've been wavy for the longest, need the rest of y'all to catch up to me. Terpene gravy for my bong hit, so every hit is extra gooey. Then I light it extra doobie, get high while I Netflix movies. Pass it to my baby, muffled coffee, my face next to boobies. I like to get high a lot, I like to get high a lot. My girls to take smaller dabs because we have to buy a lot. I hate it when my lighter's lost, don't you too? That shit sucks, anywho I got shit to do. Need a smoker then after fuck, no I don't wanna work with you. All you other rappers suck, I told you I got work to do, so will you please get off my nuts? Sorry, don't think I'm high enough. Nope, light another up. Coughing while we mob and drop the glob, and when the glow is up, 99 problems think I solved until I sober up. My squad do this often, we hot boxing if we pulling up.
99 problems think I solved until I sober up. My squad do this often, we hot boxing if we pull up.
I like my it light up like a spark. I like my it light up like a spark. I like my it light up like a spark. I like my it light up like a spark. I like my it light up like a spark. I like my it light up like a spark. I like my it light up like a spark. I like my it light up like a spark. Dabs got my fingers sticky like I'm Peter Parker. Feeling like a king, scrolling memes with scenes from Arthur. Sauce has terpenes, diamonds looking like it's tartar. All my friends grow weed, we got some inner city farmers. It don't matter if you broke or not, you can find a way to smoke some pot. Every spot is overstocked and every block an open shop, and everybody's high, you can't even find a sober cop. Every night I'm stoned, then I zone out and play Overwatch. Then I get hungry as I'm looking for some shows to watch. Baby plug me with some munchies, all of a sudden I'm dozing off.
Then I get hungry as I'm looking for some shows to watch. Baby plug me with some munchies, all of a sudden I'm done.
I like my it light up like a spark. I like my it light up like a spark. I like my it light up like a spark. I like my it light up like a spark. I like my it light up like a spark. I like my it light up like a spark. I like my it light up like a spark. I like my